Hello, everyone. It's your favorite superhero and investing person, globally leader. So, exceptionalism. Uh, these are my thoughts. These are my viewpoints. This is my outlook. Uh, what happened on Monday was disastrous. Markets went up and everything. That we delayed the tariffs, we lowered the tariffs, and that we will having a 30% tariff on China, and I think they're having a 10% uh, finale on us for tariffs. When it comes to the tariffs, I wouldn't say per se that yes, things might be expensive, but it's not gonna be everything. Uh, yes, they're gonna be some things are priced out for daily needs to say, wow, like this has gone up tremendously so much. Maybe food, uh, bathroom supplies, or whatever things in your household, but unnecessary things that we don't really use. People just need to manage their expenses better. But again, people just don't want to do that. They don't want to cut their expenses and just keep spending and spending and spending. I'm not telling you not to spend. I'm just telling you be careful of what you spend. So anyhow, aside from that, with U.S. exceptionalism, I think it looked pretty weak that we did the 90-day delay on China and that we're only doing a 30% tariff. Uh, Again, I'm not a political person, I'm not a political expert by any means, I'm not claiming that. But what I will state is that if we're treating this country as a business, I do agree with Trump that we are being taken advantage of as a country, and other countries need to pay their fair share. And the thing is that people are not understanding that Trump is trying to uh, balance things out, whether we like it or not. A lot of people hate him, some people like him. It is what it is. What people need to understand, and I understand this too, if we're treating this as a country and we're making deals, we're not going to be making deals with everybody. Whoever accepts our goods, services, and imports, or whoever we can do business as partners or trading with, or whoever is supporting our countries financially, where we're doing business transactions as even trades, whatever works between business partners, it's gonna work. It doesn't have to be China, but since we're so dependent on China and we love their cheap imports and their labor and everything cheap, and the consumption factor is even higher than high, and we're not as resourceful because they just keep, you know, building and building and building and building and building, and we're just consuming, and then it's no strange idea to say, oh, we're not a net importer anymore. We need to start again. Trump wants to bring back jobs to America. See, this is the thing that people do not understand, and it was said throughout the presidency through the candidates. We need to go through a tough period in time where uh, there's going to be pain. If inflation is going to persist, there's going to be pain, but there needs to be less government. If you work for the government, it is what it is. Trump was on the right path to success on doing that when Elon Musk implemented the whole Doge transaction on eliminating government jobs. Again, I'm one to say, and I'm for less government, not more government. Uh, when it comes to more government, we are restricted as to what our goods and services will be needed. Basically, we have less control of what we do in our daily lives. So, when it comes to that, it's not a good situation. We have the government restricting us as to what we can do and what we have. This is why a few years back, people started going far right and then far left because people feel that we're heading into a disaster as to where on one side it feels like communism, and then the other side where we're living in a society where yes, there's capitalism, but an extent to where not even yes, millionaires are considered like the high net worth individuals and they're doing okay, but then there might be a time where those millionaires are not going to outlive their money, or for whatever reason they might lose money because things happen. You make bad investments or bad decisions, and all of a sudden, you become a loser that year. Not everybody wins. So what I'm saying is that the gap between being rich and being poor, the gap is even getting wider. So it's going to come to a point where us as a country, we are not being sustained as a society, as a country, and moving forward with innovation. We're just rowing the same boat and continually making the same mistakes. And we're trying to push people out of government because, one, they don't have term limits, and then the other thing, even as managers, people that stay in power for too long do wrong until somebody points it out. So, with that being said, I think Monday was a disaster. Us giving up to China and lowering the tariffs, I think we gave China the upper hand whether we like it or not. Because coming into the gate storming, where Trump was announced the president at the beginning of the year, all these tariffs, I think he was on the right path. Again, sometimes in order to succeed, things need to be painful. We need to give up certain things and sacrifice. And again, we're not doing that as a country because of the greed that's going on, the imbalance and the injustice in the financial system. So, us as a country, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to cut certain programs. Social Security, that's even been mentioned. Other than that, U.S. exceptionalism, yes, we're still a great country, but are we number one? I think not. I think Monday has proven that. The other thing too, the other big sign, gold has been going up. The bond vigilantes, all these bond sellers and all these yields have been going up. That's coming to fruition. Things are getting marked to market with that. I mean, there's probably a small delay, but countries are starting to notice. International investments have gone up for this year. What is that telling you? Like I said, foreign investments, bond vigilantes, gold going up. I'm giving the recipe away for this year. With those three indicators right there, that's enough proof to say we're having a slowdown this year. I'm not revising my decision like Wall Street. Oh yeah, the economy's good. We've been doing good on the stock market last 3 weeks. I don't care. Let it go up 200% the next 3 months. I could care less. Guess what? That's going to come out of cost. Who? The American consumer. Again, consumption has gone even faster than wages can even reach. I remember when I was in New York, and this is a complete lie, where I wouldn't say just anybody, but online people say, even a media source, I forgot which one, it must have been Business Insider or something like that. They said that, oh yeah, rents are going down and the percentage in such and such place or whatever. That is actually very inaccurate. That is actually false. Anybody who believes that rents can go down, that's a complete lie. They either stay the same for a few years or they go up. Different to owning a house. So again, the cost of living for a family younger than myself, it's only getting harder. Again, I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure other people are having a hard time with how they say the American dream is going on. We're getting further and further away to sustain, not only as a country, but ourselves. People are getting mentally ill. And I think obviously it has to do with financial situations. We live in a society where, we can't make ends meet anymore. Younger families are struggling to even make ends meet. And there are seniors, and I get it all the time because I've worked with seniors, they have limited income. And again, with their income level from the time they were working, just because something works now doesn't mean it's going to work good or in the future as it did when it did. So when it comes to cost of living, even for seniors, they're struggling too. They are struggling too. Their money for retirement is not keeping up. And this is another thing what seniors get wrong, that they were not educated with it. Because I do have older people that look at my channel as well, even from various countries. I will say this, that people do not know, and no financial advisor will tell you or even educate you on this. Social Security is not 100% retirement income. That is not supposed to be 100% of your retirement income. Your Social Security is supposed to be about 25% to 30% of your income when you retire. If I have to say it in Spanish, I will. 30% de tu ingreso cuando tú te retiras es de tu seguro social, o hasta 25% mínimo. Recuérdate esto. La gente cuando se retiran, 100% de tu ingreso de seguro social, eso no es tu vida que tiene que ser así, tenía que ser así. Tu ingreso para seguro social durante, cuando tú estabas trabajando, tenía que ser 25 a 30%. Los otros 70% tenía que ser por otro ingreso. So, that was it. Pretty much it. To all my Spanish speaking people. That was just very important, and I never really got to say it. I've never spoken Spanish in any of my videos, so that was much needed to the older community for seniors, and I'm sure that they can appreciate that. So again, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Even to people who have not retired or have put in money into retirement or thinking about retirement. People who are even my age who do not even know that. So again, when you retire or about to retire or you are retired, again, 30% or at minimum about 25% to 30% of your income is Social Security. It's not supposed to be 100%. So meaning your social, there's so many S's. Your Social Security income, you're not supposed to live off that only. You're not supposed to live off that only. That's only supposed to be partial, a portion. The other portion is supposed to be from a 401k or a pension or whatever supplemental income or supportive income or dividend investment income. There's supposed to be a second income for you when you're retired. And then you can say, yeah, now you're living pretty good because you have really Social Security is like your backup, and then you're supposed to have a main source of income. So it kind of sucks where this is the situation where seniors are stuck at. They have to work again at their age. So they're gonna have to work probably, I don't know, let's say another 8 to 10 years. Let's say they're retired at 65, did everything they need to do, get your credits, whatever. I don't know how that works, whatever. But you did all the right things, you retire at 64, 65. You find out that your income is not supporting your lifestyle because nobody ever taught you or nobody ever said, not even the government said that, you know, your income for Social Security, you're not supposed to live off that only at 100%. Again, that's supposed to only be a portion, and you're supposed to have the second income. So now you're stuck, and you say, "Wow, I'm gonna have to go to work again. I'm gonna have to start working all over again at my age, and then that's if I can find a job, and if not, then a part-time, whatever will do." And this is the crazy thing: people do not want to work. People younger than me do not want to work. You have senior citizens taking jobs that trying to make ends meet because they need to work. It's crazy, but it's the truth. Other than that, again, U.S. exceptionalism is affecting seniors and affecting people younger than me. And what about the future generations? Downhill from there. Again, I said earlier in my video, people do not want to have families or kids because they can't afford them. It's as easy as that. So, again, for your exceptionalism, it's not over. I still think we're a great country, but there is a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of work. We need to start working with countries that want to grow, and we can successfully do business transactions with them and help countries grow instead of China. It sucks to kind of do that all over again, start from scratch, but it needs to be fair trade. It can't just be a one-sided agreement or one-sided alignment. It needs to be where we need to support our country and be a net exporter. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.